Well, ice in the veins of Radic ISAEV, always calm and cool. What has he got left as he takes to the stage here?
Tough fight with Iran yesterday. That was one of those that could have gone either way. Pretty much came down to the wire yesterday. If anything, he's a 2016 Olympic gold medalist. I guarantee you he knows how to recover, but he's got a tough matchup on this one because he's about to go against somebody who's incredibly active, which is the opposite of him.
In the red, from Slovenia, Trajkovic Ivan Konrad.
Well, you mentioned the Olympic champion in one corner. Olympic experience for Ivan Konrad Trajkovic. Seems like he's been around forever. And he's always in and around the podium, always a problem to come up against. And it's not just that intensity, as you mentioned, the ability to keep on kicking. You also mentioned there that win for Iran. Sajid Mardani will go in the final against a certain Im Kyo-don of Korea, so that to look forward to later in the day. It's all about these men now going for the bronze medal match, of course. Can the heavyweights deliver? Well, they've certainly done so far in terms of the entertainment. It's been a fantastic competition, I have to say. Will it continue in this one? Height difference evident. Trajkovic, the shorter of the two. Radic ISAEV stands at 2 meters tall. Ivan Trajkovic, a mere 1.92 meters.
Mere.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm glad you caught that.
Yeah.
I was being sarcastic.
It's
I'm
same height as me.
Like 6'3", yeah. You 6'2", 3', 4"?
Depends if I'm wearing shoes.
Get the Cuban heels on, especially for the gala
Stilettos.
tonight. That's it. But who will dance a jig of the night at the end of this one? As we've talked before, it's a height difference, not so much a height advantage. You've got to be able to use it. But the big man in blue knows how to do that. Ivan Trajkovic. Can he get some success?
A little bit slower pace from the Slovenian than yesterday whenever he went against Korea, and could easily either be explained against being a little bit tired. Yeah, fantastic follow on that punch. Took advantage of a little bit of a mismatch there.
Slovenia?
Slovenia?
Slow.
Oh, I thought I had.
We thought we'd reached the bottom of the barrel yesterday.
Yeah. It's been a long day, people.
I've picked up the barrel, found some jokes underneath, but Slovenia with a fast start here in this one. Trajkovic with that simple shot on the board. But Radic ISAEV not having it all his own way in this one. I'm going to get your thoughts in a minute, what it's like to be the shorter fighter going against the taller fighter, the bravery required to do that. As Trajkovic up on his toes as we go towards the halfway, or half a minute left in this one. Radic ISAEV has that height advantage. So what's it like if you're coming in? You've been in this position many times as the fighter in red, standing at 6'3", which is obviously tall, but against the land of the giants, so to speak. Does it play in your mind mentally? Is it more tactical?
Yeah, absolutely. I think you have to be more mentally engaged the entire time because unlike if you're a taller player, you're never really out of distance. There's always that threat of a quick, short front leg to the face, and that's
onto the body.
Huge backside, yeah. Tied it right back up. 3 seconds left in the, going into the first break of this bronze medal match. Yeah, wonderful show of respect. Classic matchup between these two. This isn't the first or last time that these guys will fight.
You know what I love about the heavyweights as well, and you're one yourself, when it comes to
my good looks.
Exactly, that's what it is. Good looks and charisma. But apart from not having either of those, what they do is that you talked about bouncing it out, right?
Yeah.
What I love about the heavyweights, they don't even bounce or step. They just kind of stand and go, is that enough? Do you think that'll do us?
You know, after that many elite level exhausting matches, at some point there's the assured mutual self-destruction of there's 2 seconds left. Look, neither of us are probably going to score. It's probably just going to hurt. Like, well, you know, let's save it.
Yeah, the two kings of the jungle just looking at each other saying, nah, that'll do, that's plenty. But plenty more to come. It stands at 2-all. But who will stand tall at the end of this one? The Olympic champion in the blue corner. Obviously comes with the pedigree and the quality. But Trajkovic, well, we've spoken about the physical differences. But that calmness under pressure, happy to stand in that danger distance and trade. Little attempt at a punch there from the Slovenian, but nice block from the big man in blue.
Yeah, Radic's got to be careful because it's that middle distance where he's at the biggest risk. He wants to keep Ivan out, keep him at leg's length, because that's his biggest weapon. If Ivan gets in, that's where he's dangerous.
Trajkovic, as you say, in that middle distance, trying to set that trap and doesn't even flinch. A kick to the leg there, just says, okay, get on with it here. Going about his business all square. Mohammad Reza, by way of the Islamic Republic of Iran. The Azerbaijan coach will be happy with the work so far.
Yeah, big celebration both by the athlete and the coach. That was a huge punch. Again, taking advantage of that close distance. That's where Radic's at biggest risk in this fight.
Well, as you say, the risk and the reward. 1 point up with just about a minute to go in the second round. ISAEV with a furtive attempt at the head kick there. Trajkovic again with that marginal lead. Can he extend it here? There's a good punch in the inside.
Yeah, absolutely. That was thunder. That needed to score. He, I think, was taking advantage of the fact that he now knows that Ivan's gonna try and get in constantly. Excellent follow out of the clinch and another punch. That puts him up by 3, 6-3 with 36 seconds left in the second round. Big play by Ivan right there.
Setting the trap was Trajkovic. Shifts in with that little short, sharp kick in the inside. Anything you can do, Trajkovic tries the same. The lesser spotted Radic ISAEV twisting kick there.
Yeah, it's dangerous. It caught Mardani from Iran yesterday a couple of times and had a lot of potential to score a few times more. So both men looking for the punch with 7 seconds left, looking for that easy point. Let's see if they bounce it out like they did that first round.
They do indeed, Jesse. Yeah, that's plenty for us. But I was just going to ask you a little bit there. We've talked about height difference, we've talked about physicality, but I'm going to try and ask you this in a way that makes some sort of sense, which would be nice. But the way of keeping your head on kind of one level, Trajkovic is not a kind of up and down type of fighter. He seems to just in under the radar.
Well, I think it's genius on his part, and it takes a lot of work to maintain that, because fundamentally you want every kick's takeoff to look exactly the same, especially when you're going against a taller person like this, because the more tells you have, especially against a taller fighter, they're just looking for that one cue to shoot that leg up to the face, and that's how he can easily tie this up. And so by maintaining that good level motion every single time, not only is it efficient use of energy, so he gets from point A to point B really quick and really easily, it makes it harder to tell what he's going to do.
And that was why I was asking you, it was that movement there. He did that little shift in and straight in under the guard. So on the level, as you say, which leveled it up on the scores. Trajkovic then extended at 6-3. All to fight for in this third. Oh, we could say final round, but we've seen a few golden scores. Good cover there in the inside there from Trajkovic.
Ah, interesting. Saw a couple of lights on both sides, so could have been a situation like earlier. Might have been a clever time for a guard, but Radic looks like he got a little bit of a stinger. Appearing to tell medical he's fine. Take advantage of a little bit of a break, kind of shake off that stinger. Again, combat sport, just like the cut on Skylar's hand. These things happen.
They most certainly do. Trying again with that twisting kick. Great power punch, though.
Huge punch, yeah. Now he's taking advantage of the fact that Radic's reaching a little bit. Ivan's got the bigger engine for sure, so he's just waiting to unleash that combo every time. Yep, good score by the judges. Punch and then a follow with that kick, making it a 1-point game. Ivan's still in the lead. A minute and a half to go. It's 7-6 right now. Anybody's game.
Trajkovic with that marginal lead. But certainly not a comfortable place to be trying to hang on to it. Radic ISAEV has the variety. He's got the head kicks in his armory, as I'm sure you know well, but not throwing them just yet. Talking of head kicks.
Yeah, looking for the punch. Ivan looking for that spin. That was a big risk. It could have paid off huge, but tied it up 7-7 with that deduction, and a minute left to go in the third round for this bronze medal.
Tense times for both fighters, and indeed mirrored by the coaches. The punch slipping off the protector.
Good no score. Yep. It's good no score on that first one, but followed up by a great punch that should have scored and did. Up by 1, 8-7.
Goes with a big back leg boot, scores it nicely, does Trajkovic. Textbook timing.
Yep, and very smooth. Oh, going back for it. Like you said, with that height difference, takes a lot of courage to go for those big points like that.
He certainly throws caution to the wind as ISAEV throws a few counts of his own, goes with the head kick there. Very close indeed, and we're getting very close to the end. ISAEV with that counter on the way through. Trajkovic's intensity and aggression being turned against him there. The taller man always happy to see the shorter man coming in. Good counter back kick followed by the reverse. He'll give up the gam jump.
Yep, that was a close one. Again, maybe a little too risky in this situation. He was only down by 1. He didn't need to go for the big spin, but like you said, big risk comes with big reward. ISAEV leading 12-10 with 15 seconds.
Well, always the entertainer. Trajkovic tried with a little short kick in the inside. Didn't get any gam jumps on the board. Good refereeing, headshot just whistling past from ISAEV. Are we moving towards the last seconds? The gam jump not given either. They're separated by 2 points and 2 seconds. Gam jump given this time. Is there any time left for Trajkovic? Needs a big back leg, needs a punch on the way through. No love from the judges, no lights on the board, but the leading light at the end there. Radic ISAEV producing it, and he knows he's been in a war there.
Yeah, a lot of mutual respect there. 2 players that have fought plenty of times, will fight again. That's an interesting one.
Do you know what I love as well? Talking about mutual respect, they went into a hug, as only heavyweight men would do. They headbutted each other.
Yeah. Well,
it's rutting stags.
It's also heavyweight style. They did it sitting down.
Minimum effort, maximum impact.
If we could have gotten a couple burgers in there, it would have been ideal.
Well, certainly toast to his success. Wonderful moments for both Reza and indeed Radic. Super win, super bronze, and the Olympic champion rolls on towards Tokyo.
I thought that one was going to overtime for sure.
Same.
Interesting no call on that punch. That was thunder. There was extension. I'd be curious to pick the brains of the judges on what they were thinking on that one.
Yeah, I mean, and not only that, obviously in the heat of the moment, pressing lights and so on, but there's been worse punches have scored in that match.
Yeah, absolutely. It's that's an unfortunate one. I know Ivan was looking for the point there. He sure thought he got it. I think Radic might have skated past an overtime by the skin of his teeth on that one. Congratulations, well deserved though. Radic took down the #1 seed, had a heck of a performance, just missed out on the final, and iced that match at the last second.
Well, speaking of that final, Sajid Mardani and Ikyodon will go head to head in this one.